Although the midsize RX from Lexus isn't very exciting, it has a comfortable ride and excellent fuel economy. One of the least exciting vehicles on the road right now is the 2022 Lexus RX 450h, but that's not always a negative thing. Think about the loyal Lexus buyer. They come interested in the company as an accessible luxury brand, discover an enjoyable ownership experience, and then do it all over again. Seriously, more than 50% of Lexus buyers continue to support the company. Where is Lexus RX available? The current generation Lexus RX is still available for purchase in Australia in a fiercely competitive luxury SUV market until the arrival of the brand's all-new model, which is anticipated to arrive sometime in the first half of 2023. With important competitors like the BMW X5, Mercedes-Benz GLE, and Volkswagen Touareg, the current RX, which was introduced in 2015, continues to remain one of the more well-liked models despite being a veteran of the sector. The 2022 Lexus RX 450h Sports Luxury, a six-figure investment on the Australian market, is the vehicle we are currently testing. Its 7-seat RX 450HL counterpart takes the lead as the range's flagship. Should you wait for the new model or take a chance on the well-known but aging present one? Since Lexus has been producing hybrid vehicles for a long time, it should come as no surprise that they are among the best. The RX 450h's striking design may divide consumers, but when combined with its luxurious interior furnishings, practicality and attention to detail, it stands out as a compelling option in the luxury SUV market. Only our genuine concern is that it underperforms in our testing compared to EPA fuel economy projections. For nearly 3 decades, Lexus was assiduously chipped away at the supremacy of Audi, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, carving itself a place as the financially sensible option for prestige car purchasers. The brand's objective is to provide an affordable alternative to European names with competitive technology and frequently better build quality. The new RX series SUV is the most recent new vehicle to use an italicized L on its iconic spindle grille. The RX basically competes with the Audi Q7, BMW X5, and Mercedes-Benz GLE, and this mid-life upgrade follows the tried-and-true more-for-less strategy while also adding a significant amount of characteristically Japanese, subtle but useful refinement. The hybrid RX 450h versions, which have the same V6 engine but an extra electric motor and battery, park to increase power and torque to levels similar to V8s, but with better fuel efficiency are the last option. Both the short and long wheelbase versions of the latter model are only available with all-wheel drive, and the top-of-the-line RX 450HL Sport Luxury costs $111,070. One of the least exciting vehicles on the road right now is the 2022 Lexus RX 450h, but that's not always a negative thing. Think about the loyal Lexus buyer. They become interested in the company as an accessible luxury brand, discover an enjoyable ownership experience, and then do it all over again. Seriously, more than 50% of Lexus buyers continue to support the company. Performance-wise, the 450h is more than acceptable, although not very athletic. The RX Hybrid doesn't have any trouble reaching freeway speeds in a timely manner, and the entire drivetrain is exceedingly smooth. The Lexus Hybrid RX 450h also gets good fuel economy. I've easily equated the EPA's 30 mpg combined rating during my tests. The entry-level RX model costs around $24,000, less than the least-priced Audi Q7, while the most costly and best-equipped variant costs just a few $1,000s more than the base X5 xDrive 30D from BMW at $112,990. Naturally, the top-spec RX comes crammed with standard features that will increase the price of the BMW by hundreds of dollars. Of course, Europhiles will mention how the German manufacturers have better ride and handling reputations, and they're usually right. However, Lexus appears to be aware of this because this version includes some significant improvements that specifically address it. These include improvements in the steering and shock absorbers, as well as extra glue and spot welds to reinforce the body. The upgraded luxury grade and the F-Sport model that was tested here also receive adjustments to the basic adaptive suspension, which are once again intended to enhance ride quality and sharpen dynamics. The suspension has undergone some hardware upgrades as well, including bigger rear stabilizer bars. According to Lexus engineers, the goal was to lessen body roll during turns, lessen dive during braking, and give stricter rebound control of the suspension. The latter to lessen the old heave-ho that can affect tall and heavy vehicles on winding roads. Our little test drive of a half day seems to support the modifications. On certain narrow, winding portions near Melbourne's northeast, the RX displays outstanding control. Despite handling improvements, the ride, which was previously criticized for being too hectic, is more calm and comfortable. Significant software updates have also been made to a number of driver assistance technologies, including improved lane keep assistance and the autonomous emergency braking system's capacity to detect pedestrians in low-light conditions or bicycles during the day. Bumpers, headlights, and other exterior design details have undergone subtle tweaks, but overall the RX maintains the same fuzzy and divisive appearance as its predecessor. The inside has undergone more significant changes, including the long overdue removal of the foot-operated park brake in favor of an electronic button situated on the console, and the relocation of a larger 12.3-inch touchscreen on the top of the dash. You can certainly escape the unpleasant haptic touchpad unit on the center console, thanks to the touchscreen. 6 USB ports have been added for Gen Y users to put in their gadgets, and the entertainment system has been enhanced to include wireless smartphone charging, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, in addition to the conventional sat-nav and digital DAB+ radio. Engine outputs remain unchanged, but the 3.5-liter quad-cam V6 that we tested is nonetheless outstanding, thanks to its quick throttle response and explosive takeoff. 221 kW reaches its peak output at a comparatively high 6,300 RPM, while 370 Nm does the same at a late 4,600 RPM. It is an engine that must be revved in order to offer its finest performance, but it does it with enthusiasm. The V6 is mated to a smooth 8-speed automatic and sends its power to the front wheels by default, but it can also transfer power to the back wheels on demand. You'll be doing yourself and your accountant a favor by taking a close look at the new Lexus RX line if you're willing to be persuaded that Asia's best luxury automobile manufacturer can deliver something to rival or even beat the Eurobans in a variety of areas. The RX 450h's trunk offers 16 cubic feet of storage, which is a respectable amount of space even though it isn't as large as some other midsize SUV trunks. Additionally, this luxury SUV offers flexible rear seats that can be folded in a 40-20-40 configuration to hold a variety of cargo. It can even pull 3,600 pounds, which, while not exceptional in its class, is sufficient for a modest trailer carrying 1 or 2 motorcycles. A good amount of thoughtful storage is provided for passengers' personal goods, including a cup holder with additional depth for bigger mugs. A car seat may be installed with little problem because of the spacious door apertures and generous rear legroom. Oregon Portland, the newest RX CUV, along with a reinforced F-Sport package, according to Lexus, may be the key to luring owners of German midsize luxury CUVs into its dealerships. According to pre-launch study commissioned by Lexus, the performance edition of the CUV has the most potential to entice customers away from competitive German cars. We did hear from a few more German rival owners who said, with the F-Sport on the new body, I would give it a second look. At the 2016 RX preview, Brian Bollane, Vice President of Marketing for Lexus in the US, gave a press conference. The brand continues its march towards more aggressive sheet metal and driving qualities with the 16 RX, which goes on sale in the US in November. Bollane claims, we need to be known for more than just being the company that introduced dependability to luxury. The refreshed F-Sport trim contributes to the RX's improved performance reputation. There are performance improvements with the 16 as well. Previously, it had only been an aesthetic package. Now, sportier interior trim, significantly bolstered seats, and an adaptive variable suspension with both front and rear actuators are all included. On the outgoing RX, F-Sport typically accounted for 10% of total sales, but we believe the opportunity is more. I believe that 20% is more likely, Bollane says of how the mix may change for the 4th-gen vehicle. However, 10% of the earliest 2016 RXs produced at Lexus's plant in Cambridge, Ontario, Canada were ordered as F-Sport models because brand officials wanted to see how the market would respond. The coupling of the trim level with both the RX 450h Hybrid and the RX 350 standard powertrain is new for 2016 and broadens the appeal of the F-Sport. A mesh grille, red leather seats, and laser-etched sapele wood with aluminum trim are a few of the distinguishing aesthetic features of the more powerful RX F-Sport. Lexus doesn't anticipate RX yearly volume or share exceeding current levels, despite the company's conviction that it can steal some German customers away from them. Since launching the RX in 1998 as a 1999 model, the Toyota luxury brand has effectively controlled the midsize luxury CUV market in the United States. The car-based utility vehicle continues to be the best-selling model in its category. Along with the BMW 3 Series, it is one of just 2 luxury models that consistently sell more than 100,000 units each year in the United States. But because the market for midsize luxury CUVs has boomed in recent years, the RX is now one of many players when it was formerly one of the selected few.